Sorry about the lighting, but the light bulb is on order.
An 82-year-old woman in Florida presented to the emergency room because her stomach hurt. She hadn't had a bowel movement for 10 days. CT scan found fecaloma 5 inches in diameter in her sigmoid colon. This is the terminal distal part of the intestines before things exit the body. This is very large, and it was just stuck there, causing her massive pain, extreme constipation, onset partly because this woman had dementia. The good news was that her gut hadn't perforated yet. That would be life-ending. In the hospital, we have many tools to handle this. Polyethylene glycol draws water into the gut, softens the stool to help it pass. Stimulant laxatives move gut muscle. Mineral oil is a slip and slide. Doctors even went in and tried to manually disimpact the giant fecaloma, but after 5 days, none of those worked. You generally don't want to do surgery on an 82-year-old because recovery is especially long and difficult at that age. But there was one final option. Doctors took 1 liter of Coca-Cola, prepared it as an enema, laid down the woman on her left side, and administered it. The next day, half of the fecaloma was gone. They administered another liter Coca-Cola. Next day, fecaloma was totally gone. Why did this work? Soda is known to dissolve bezoars. These are masses of food, usually fibrous plant material, that build up for various reasons in the gut. It's carbonation and direct water application that'll do it. It'll break up most food, but maybe not hairballs. But this woman had diabetes, not out of the ordinary for an 82-year-old. Cola has lots of sugar. Why not use sparkling water, which doesn't have any sugar? There's something called tonicity. Body water has electrolytes in it. If doctors administered sparkling water, which doesn't have any electrolytes in it, that could have thrown off her body's electrolyte balance, because it could have drawn excess water into the wrong part of the body too quickly and then irritate the gut. Sugar is not an electrolyte, but it holds tonicity. It will mostly keep necessary body liquids in place while delivering the fizz. The final point is, I don't recommend trying this at home on yourself. She was in the hospital where they could monitor every vital parameter of hers and immediately do things to fix it should they need to. And no one really has that luxury at home. But it's always comforting to know that the classics do still work in the right situations. An 82-year-old woman in Florida presented to the emergency room because her stomach hurt. She hadn't had a bowel movement for 10 days. CT
Hidden camera.
I did a search for ways to make extra income as a software engineer, and data annotation came up.
After doing a short qualification, a couple days later, there's a bunch of different projects to choose from. I don't have meetings, and I'm my own boss.
I had a dashboard full of coding projects paying me minimum $40 per hour. 100% recommend signing up for data annotation.
I did. Did sign up, they haven't contacted me. Ugh.
Online side hustle with me live over the course of 5 days. No experience needed, you don't need to show your face. If you have an internet connection and a computer, that's everything that you need. And the best part, AI handles all the heavy lifting, so that way you can do this in your spare time. The first time I ran an event like this, the people who attended and applied what I taught generated over $8.9 million in tracked earnings in just 90 days. The second time, $15 million. And the third time, over $31 million. And now we're taking this to the next level because I invited my own billion-dollar mentor, Russell Brunson, who's helped thousands of people to generate over $10 billion online, to join me in the Side Hustle Summit. He actually influenced me to start my first side hustle 10 years ago, and now we're joining forces to help you start yours. So if you want to be a part of the larger...
Japan's obesity rate is about 4%. America's is over 40%. It's a 10x difference. And Japan is still pulling it off while eating white rice and noodles and dessert. Not to mention that almost nobody there counts calories, and only about 3% of the country goes to a gym. Their secret comes down to a few simple rules baked into how they live. Rules almost no American does or have even heard of. And after guiding tens of thousands of people through gut loss challenges, I can tell you these rules target visceral fat better than almost anything that I've seen. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 Japan rules that kill visceral fat. exactly how to copy each one no matter where you live, and the mistakes that stop most people from getting results with it. And then at the end, I'll show you the rule so important that Japan wrote it into law. One that can literally cost companies millions of dollars. You have to hear it to believe it. So habit number one. To start, I'm going to show you the most famous fat loss rule in all of Japan. It comes from Okinawa. It's a small island in southern Japan that has more 100-year-olds per capita than anywhere else on Earth. And to this day, a lot of the older folks there say this rule out loud before they eat, almost like a prayer, Hara Hachibu. That's my best shot at the pronunciation, by the way. I'm going to be doing my best with these Japanese words throughout the video, so bear with me. If I did butcher them, my Japanese is non-existent. But I want to share this with you because it means eat until you're 80% full and then stop. Now, this comes from an old Confucian teaching that's been passed down in Okinawa for centuries. For them, it was never about staying slim. In their culture, overloading your stomach is a form of greed, and moderation at the table is part of a long life, an honorable life. They literally speak this before they eat. Whatever you think of the philosophy, it's working. The elders in Okinawa have roughly 80% less heart disease than we do in the West, and about half the rate of colon cancer. But my favorite part is what the rule does for the fat around your midsection. When food hits your stomach, fullness hormones get released, and they travel up to your brain, but that trip takes about 20 minutes. So if you eat until you feel stuffed, you passed enough 20 minutes ago, and your brain just hasn't caught up yet. But when you stop at 80%, that signal catches up right on time. Researchers estimate this one habit cuts food intake by 20 to 30% without counting a single calorie. Think about that. The same calorie deficit people are chasing with apps and food scales and measurements, and the Japanese get it just by stopping a little sooner. Now you might be wondering how you're supposed to know what 80% feels like. The easiest way is to pause about 2/3 of the way through your meal and ask yourself, am I still hungry, or am I just finishing what's in front of me? I got this little competitive thing about me that I just want to finish, and I want to finish other people's plates. But at 80%, you feel satisfied, and you know you can eat more, but you stop anyway. And if you describe yourself as full, then you already passed the mark. Now, the Japanese have a feature that makes stopping at 80% way easier than it sounds. The first one starts before you've taken a single bite. Walk into almost any restaurant in Japan, and they'll set a drink down in front of you before you've even looked at the menu. It's always one of these three things: green tea, matcha, or sparkling water. They do this because of something called omotenashi. Japan's hospitality culture, where taking care of a guest's needs before they ask is considered the highest form of respect. So in their minds, that drink is just good manners, but it's also helping them stay lean. That's because your stomach starts measuring fullness partly by stretch, and liquids start stretching it just like food does. So that little cup of tea or sparkling water starts the 20-minute fullness clock before the meal ever hits the table. And with green tea and matcha, you're getting a bonus because they contain natural compounds that support the same fullness hormone that drugs like Ozempic are designed to combat. Matcha is the stronger of the two because you're drinking the whole ground up leaf instead of just water that the leaves were soaked in. So here's what I do. About 30 minutes before breakfast or lunch, have a cup of green tea or matcha. Now before dinner, go with sparkling water instead, because green tea and matcha do still have a little bit of caffeine, and caffeine that late in the day is gonna rob you of deep sleep, where most of your overnight fat burning happens. The second trick is the pace they eat at. In Japan, rushing through a meal is considered disrespectful to the food and to whoever made it. So before eating, they say, "Itada kimasu." Again, I probably butchered it, but it roughly means I humbly receive this, and then eat slowly to show they need it. So nobody's inhaling their dinner in 10 minutes flat over there, and that slower pace gives the fullness signal time to catch them before they overeat. Here's how to copy it without changing anything about what you eat. Put your utensil all the way down between bites. Actually let go of it, so you can't be loading up the next bite while you're still chewing it. Also, take a sip of your tea or your water between bites, which forces that pause automatically. And keep the TV off and the phone face down, because when your attention is buried in the screen, your brain barely registers the food that's going on. Distracted eaters take in roughly 25% more calories in a sitting without even noticing. The third trick is one the Japanese are born into: chopsticks. There's no health reasoning behind this one at all. It's simply the utensil they've always used. They just got lucky because chopsticks physically can't pick up a big forkful of food. So every average bite is smaller, and every meal is slower by default. Fortunately, you can get that same effect without touching a chopstick. Simply eat with your non-dominant hand. So if you're a righty, hold your fork with the left. A Japanese study actually tested this, and the results were fantastic. Meals stretched from 18 minutes to as long as 27. People naturally chewed each bite about a third more, and their blood sugar spikes after the meal came down. Clumsiness is the whole point. It forces smaller, careful bites, exactly like chopsticks do for Japanese. Now coming up, I've got 4 more Japanese rules, even more surprising than this one, including the number 1 that predicts your risk of heart attack, stroke, and diabetes, better than anything that your bathroom scale can tell you. And the exact cutoff the Japanese government decided is the danger one. Most people have no idea what their number is, so stay tuned for that. So let's go to number 2. The next rule is the biggest reason that the Japanese eat more than 1,000 fewer calories a day than we do. And the crazy part is nobody over there is even trying to cut back. Think about how a typical American dinner gets served. One big plate loaded up all at once, pile of pasta, a mound of mashed potatoes with some meat on the side. Everything gets eaten together until the plate's clean. A traditional Japanese dinner looks completely different. Instead of one big plate, you get a small tray with several
Yeah, I
little
love
dishes,
Japanese
a bowl
food.
of soup, a piece of fish,
Oh
a
man,
couple of small
I didn't sleep
vegetable
very
dishes,
good and I'm
and a
trying to get
modest bowl.
up so
They
I
call
can start
this
exercising.
sansi. Again, apology for the pronunciation. That means 1 soup, 3 dishes. And it's been a standard Japanese meal for centuries. What they unintentionally built is one of the best portion control systems in
I
the world.
love Japanese.
Since
That's
everything
my,
is
one of my,
split
that
into
is
small
probably my
pieces,
favorite. I
no
don't
single
speak
food can
Japanese,
take
but
over the meal. There's no room for a giant pile of pasta.
I've been
and
there.
potatoes anywhere. The only starch is the rice,
2009,
and it only
I
gets
think.
that one little bowl. And there's a
How much-
second
Yeah,
one.
I would go back.
Those little dishes are also playing a trick on the brain. Your brain doesn't only measure fullness by the amount of food in your stomach, it also goes by what your eyes see in front of you. The stack of empty bowls says, we're done here, even though the total food was far less than one heaping American plate. As a result, the average person in Japan only eats 2,705 calories a day. Meanwhile, the average American eats about 3,782 calories a day. And most of that gap comes down to the way that the meal is.
Okay.
Now, there's another thing that's
All right.
for them, and it might be even more.
Sorry, I kind of feel out of it because
Japanese seasoning manufacturers
I didn't sleep good and then I took Advil to go back to sleep and that's not meant for that. And well, I just feel like a truck ran over me and I'm hoping to feel better. You know, I just have to wait, pray that I feel better or whatever.
also does is prevent the worst eating mistakes we have in America, plowing through a pile of starch all at once. Scientists also discovered that taking this one step further unlocks something even bigger. When people eat their protein first, their vegetables second, and then the carbohydrates last, the blood sugar spike from the meal doesn't. That's because the protein releases hormones a lot sooner, and then the fiber forms the gel in your gut. So the sugar from the carbs seeps into your bloodstream instead of flow. Less blood sugar means less insulin, your body stores hormones, and then infinite blood, your fat cells are free to release something. So tonight, without changing your single thing in your plate, try switching up what food to eat first. The second, you're going to have potatoes, rice, bread, or carbohydrate. It costs you nothing, and your body can work the entire meal.
Maybe this Monday thing can help us out. Thanks, Llama. That'll be reassuring. Get that a lot. Most people first.
Monday Sidekick, AI for love humans. Monday.com.
This summer, get 80% off Post Unlimited. One AI-powered plan with everything you need to build your website, launch your idea, and grow online. Get unlimited websites, unlimited emails, security support, and more, all in one place. No platform switching, no extra subscriptions, no complex stuff. Go to Hosting to claim your unlimited plan today.
Going to happen number 3. Next, let me show you how the Japanese handle exercise, because this is where most Americans have it completely backwards. Only about 3% of people in Japan belong to a gym. Think about that. The leanest major country on earth, and almost nobody is lifting weights or pounding away on a treadmill. What they do instead is walk constantly. Because daily life over there is built on it. The average Japanese commuter racks up more than 9,300 steps a day just getting to work and back. Walk to the train station, standing on the platform, walking to the office, and doing it all in reverse. Now, for years, everyone assumed the magic was in step count, and that's where this gets interesting. Researchers looked at the walking habits of over 400,000 adults, and what they found put the whole 10,000 steps in the eye. The strongest predictor of burning visceral fat wasn't how many steps people took, it was how fast they walked. The brisk walkers in the study tested at around 16 years younger biologically than the slow walkers. 16 years.
How you doing today, Ryan?
Older, heavier adults.
Good to see you again. How you doing? God bless you. Happy Sunday. You should watch church online, Ryan. Like, find a church that you like. If you don't want to go to the church, watch it online. I did that. I didn't wake up till 9 because I woke up at 4 in the morning. Then I took Advil to try to go back to sleep, and it took me some time to fall back asleep. So it took a little bit. Okay, and then I feel like right now, like a truck ran over me. Why? But I do. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm changing.
Then the easy 3 minutes once you recover before your body flips into stress. And that recovery piece matters more, especially after the 80s.
This rag needs to be cleaned somehow. I don't have any laundry soap, so I'm just using dish soap. I'm running out of dish soap. So I'm just gonna, whatever. I'm having a difficult time. Of course, anytime you don't feel good, anything's gonna make you, anything that you're doing is gonna be more difficult. Like washing dishes, getting out of bed, even. It's more difficult today because I didn't sleep good. That's why I'm trying to say that this rag is slimy, but this needs to be washed.
I've got 2 upgrades for you. First, take the walk after a meal. That's when your blood sugar is rising. The walking pulls it right back down. And as you now know, lower blood sugar means lower insulin, which means your fat cells stay unlocked. If you walk once a day, make it after your biggest meal. Second upgrade, the cup of matcha from the first rule can help you lose even more fat. In one study, women...
Yeah, I don't know what I should do. Probably just eat some food. If I can eat food, then maybe I'll feel better. I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not a doctor. I mean, I've just been sitting in the chair for 3 hours. Not doing anything. Not walking, nothing. I mean, guess I could have some salad. When you go to the food pantry, you're kind of limited on what you get whatever they have. Well, this last time though, I was really, because I'm trying to do that diet where you don't eat carbs or you eat very little carbs. The no carb diet is just impossible. But the low carb diet is, it's okay. I don't know. Yesterday I had some, I'm gonna put this here. They have a garden at that food pantry or something, I don't know. They gave me some freshly picked cucumbers and I thought it was good. No. On here now. I just want to feel better. I don't like this. Okay. Well, I don't. Most days I wake up, I feel fine. I have no idea what the problem is. may just be, maybe it's, okay. Well, I ate something I cooked yesterday at 4 in the morning because I was like, I've got to go back to sleep because if I wake up at 4, it's even worse. Like I can't even function. Go to sleep. I need to start writing down what I get from the food pantry. So I know what I have in the fridge and I don't forget about it. If I can't use the bottom shelf because the water, so I use the upper shelf. I just feel like I want to go to sleep. What am I looking for? How's this doing in there? I have some ham from the food pantry I can cook it. Man, I'm so fat, I can't stand it. It's just horrible. I don't like it at all. I'm doing this diet, but I kind of cheated yesterday, so I mean, it's always hard. You don't feel good. Everything seems more difficult than it is, Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're tired or it's, you didn't sleep good or, you know, everything seems more like it took me an hour to get dressed. No, normally it doesn't. But it's just temporary. I mean, hopefully tomorrow it'll kick in and it'll be better. I mean, hopefully today, I mean, I can walk in the afternoon, walk after I eat, and then, I don't know, I just feel like I need to go to bed. But I just don't think taking Advil is for sleep problems. And I ate at 4 in the morning because I was like, maybe if I eat, and it did work. I did go to sleep for like 3 more hours, but I don't know, made me feel like a generator ran over me, Ryan. Do you know what that is? Honey, generator. Refrigerator. But anyway, like I said, it's just temporary. I did listen to church this morning. When I put, fuck. I did, I've got to go through my refrigerator because I have, you know, you have to get the stuff out, the old molded stuff out. Right. When you get the new food, you get the old out, put in the new. So right now I'm gonna have a salad. And sit down and eat. And see if I don't, start feeling better. And then, like I said, I just think I don't feel good because I didn't, never had to do that. Anyway, I'm having a salad with a fresh cucumber and raspberry and onion. But this is very healthy. And again, I mean, eating at 4 in the morning I went back to sleep. Made me feel like it feels like somebody ran over my head. I'm real spacey. Alright, I'm real spacey. You know what I mean? By spacey. I mean, I've got anyway, I gotta, start my exercise. He's on a boat, and I can't show videos when I'm on YouTube, and you can't do it on Bigo either. Um, anyway, Ryan, you can pray for me that I feel better. I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna have this salad, and then, I'm gonna go through my refrigerator. Anything that's molded is gonna go in the trash, because you can't eat it anymore. And they gave me 4 things of strawberries. I gave 2 of them to the Mexican lady. You know. I used to go to Orlando to visit my Aunt Nancy. Isn't that nice? People are crazy. Alright, anyway. I got my cucumber, and I'm gonna put some red pepper on it. Mind, you like my spice tower, honey? He's talking about the yachts in Florida, Ryan. But you can pray for me because I don't feel good. I saw somebody who has those glasses that record a couple of months ago. He's going on deep into the canal. The hell? I mispronounced that word. That's stupid. Wow, that's nice. It'd be nice to live on the water like that. But it's not cheap. Except when there's a hurricane. Then you know, it is Florida. These cucumbers are good. Then after I eat this salad, right, I'll you know,
We have officially made it. This is the absolute farthest. This house and this house. The farthest, deepest ones that you can possibly get to.
damn.
Absolutely crazy how far back we are. I don't know how many miles, but I'll pop it up right here. Which
9.5 miles on the canal.
a freaking crawling pace. But I'm cruising 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour for almost the entire thing. Jeez. I'll have to talk to these people, ask if they ever take out this pontoon. It is super nice and quiet back here. Just a completely different world than the beginning of the New River. I don't know. Hopefully you find this is interesting and valuable. I think it's just so cool. How deep
They ought to make some kind of canal that goes across the whole state river.
Really nice sealer anglerfish right there. And then I'll have an extremely long ride all the way back out that I'm not going to bore you guys with. And then, depending on how long it takes to get out to the end of the New River, I'm going to continue north.
He's calling it a new river.
Engage long, zigzaggy time lapse. We're back in Fort Lauderdale. I've just been floating around here for a while because we've been waiting for this train that's actually coming right now as I pick up the camera. Can't get under this thing to get it back out. They had the bridge down for a while. Waiting for this guy. I didn't even know that was coming as I picked up the camera. I was here doing this, floating around doing circles. The current is pretty fast. Push me to the bridge right now. But it's already 7 o'clock. We're running out of daylight. So I'm trying to make it up.
You know, I'm eating the cucumber running. Trying to wake up. I don't know. I hope I'm okay. I'll leave. Oh, God, tell me what to say. don't know what he's talking about now.
Teach
He's,
me what you did from my age. Well, we're on Ohana, the 48 Sun Dancer. This is Blaine. Met him around 18 years ago, and he taught me a lot about a lot. And that's pretty much, he's who inspired me to get into boating, and now here we are, like literally 18 years later. He got his boats down here in Florida. I got my boats down here in Florida.
that's a nice
We go
boat.
canoe with him really early into tonight, but I'll make it for the next trip. Conditions are not that great, and I know it's not.
Oh wow, that's cool. I used to always like the cabins on the boats. That looks like a motorhome. The only bad thing about these 40, 50, some odd, or other kind of boats until you get to the cruise ship is they rock.
Most people, I never even thought about touching a boat when I was 10 years old. But you're gonna be absolutely, you're like captain certified on
I like boat riding, but I'm not a big fisher person.
cool, man. I love it. How they get out of all their hair and start slowly cruising my way back down south. We're a long ways away.
I don't think it's bad to go fishing. I'm just saying I prefer boat riding and island hopping and four-wheeling if I was to have a choice. If I went on a boat. As long as I could go swimming or something, I'd be okay. Well, he went. I don't understand why these people on YouTube, like, if they just actually put up videos that you can make money online that were real, they would be like, they'd have 10 million subscribers. You know, like, if they just were real about it, Ryan.
In this video, I'm checking into one of America's most iconic and historic amusement park resorts, Cedar Point. For the next few days, I'm staying here right at the historic Oakland Warehouse, which has been welcoming guests for more than a century. I've never experienced a place like this before, and I want to find out what it's actually like to stay here. Here's all the appetite I would have from American hippie culture keeps confusing me. I haven't been to a theme park for like 30 years. Perfect time to actually look at the beach. Everyone has been telling me about this cheese harvesting. From the water and the restaurants to the beach, and of course one of America's
Okay,
oldest
fine.
amusement parks. I'm especially curious to see why generations of Americans have been coming here for more than 150 years. So what's the full Cedar Point experience really like? Join me and let's find out. Alright, and here we are.
Now, Gertie told me she went to Cedar Point.
The hotel, and yeah, Cedar Point is the name of the, I think it's like peninsula, yeah, and then yeah, the hotel is right in the middle of it, and all
Spent $5,000 in a weekend with her grandkids at this amusement park. How would you spend $5,000?
entrance to the hotel here, so let's check in and see what it's like inside. This looks like in a church actually, like the window from a church. Okay, so what's on the side? I'm not sure if we actually already can check in because official check-in time is at 4 p.m. It's now about 2. We will shop around.
don't want to see this hotel. I want to see the rides. Right, it's an amusement park.
But actually, so many foreigners don't know this. There's an Oktoberfest in every German town, not only in Munich. Munich is the one that is really famous. You can find a single
This is going on and on about.
steakhouse in America. I've never eaten there before, so let's see how it is like. And here it's always Friday. That sounds good already. We all like Fridays, right? Today is not a Friday. Hi. You don't like, you don't only have steak here, you have many different options.
He's talking about TWI Fridays. TG DWI Fridays. That's what nickname I used to give it, and they used to give it in Austin. Because they would, I don't know how they got away, but they would just overserve people. I don't know. I haven't, last time I went there 20 years ago. It's a restaurant, but I didn't like, you know. I'm trying to eat this the whole salad. The cucumbers are crunchy. Mine. Hopefully I get enough energy. I can't drink caffeine because of the anxiety attacks. I totally cut it all out. Now that doesn't mean that occasionally I have some coffee. I can't drink it because I'm taking my Adderall for my ADHD, and I can't drink caffeine. Maybe occasionally, but if I did it, it would be 1 cup of coffee or maybe one tea, and it would be in the morning. But I'm not, when I wake up at 4 in the morning and I can't sleep and I don't have any more anxiety medication. I'm supposed to go to the doctor on Wednesday. Telehealth, my psychiatrist. Okay, he's just talking about Cedar Point, but he's not. Why don't he show the rides? Come on. This is going on and on about. Now is he at the amusement park? I don't like roller coasters anymore, but I used to. You know, run. That is pretty big. We used to have an amusement park in Houston, but they closed it a long time ago. I used to go. It was fun. He's got those Meta glasses. Now they've got those Meta glasses. And I asked somebody at this taqueria, I said, oh, can I see how it works? And he just did like 20 seconds of video and then he played it. It connects to your cell phone or your computer, I suppose. And then you can record like a YouTube video. That's why they have the point of view cooking channels or whatever. Point of view. And it's done with medical. I didn't know how they did it until I saw somebody and I said, are those glasses that record? I said, I asked him, I didn't really care because I did video. I said, are you recording now? He said, no. I said, can you show me how it works? He said, yeah, you charge them. It's really cool. And it connects to your cell phone via Bluetooth and actually records the video. There's no hard drive in those glasses. It sends the video through Bluetooth Wi-Fi. I don't know about cell data, but it sends the video to your cell phone or computer, whatever you're connected to, and then you can I guess I don't know how it works. I'll have to Google it, but then you save it on your phone or computer, and I think you can do it live. So that, I don't know, I have to see how it works. Still trying to eat my salad. No, like that. Whatever. Oh no, I said I was gonna clean out my refrigerator. And then it looks like this Cedar Point is more like a carnival than less like an amusement park. He's not really, he's with his mom. They have a lot of the carnival games.
Definitely a smart decision to play it online. Yeah, it was fun. My first time visiting an American theme park. Basically, they are the same all over the world. Here it was quite impressive to see all these huge rides and the size of it, of course.
I took this bus is why there's no trains from San Paulo to somebody.
If you could say a prayer for our little baby Rosie, she's not feeling good. She's had diarrhea, and I wonder if other people's cats have had diarrhea. It's like it's been ongoing all day, and last night she's going to the vet. If you could say a prayer for our little baby Rosie, she's not.
That's Gina. Now I do watch her lives, but when she talks about aliens and I don't know, portals and reptilians, I don't watch it. But if she's talking about her garden and her greenhouse and cutting the yard and her porch and her what do you call those things? Wind chimes, and she's having tea on the porch and talking to the chat. Yes, I love it. And I've watched her for 8 years. And she's back on YouTube. I'm tired of these YouTubers lying. Tired of it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to sign up for these websites. I haven't made any money. Why do I need to lie about a side hustle? If I make money, then I will do a video and talk about it. But otherwise, I'm not try to get affiliate signups for something that don't make no money. I'm tired of these. I have all these websites to sign up for, but it don't take 5 minutes. It takes 2 to 3 hours because you have to do English tests and AI tests, and if you don't feel good, it's kind of hard to do that. I felt good yesterday, and I know I got enough sleep, but I'm hoping if I finish this salad, I might feel better. I'm praying I do. Anyway, I'm praying I do. And my birthday is August 21st, coming up. Praying I get some money for my birthday somehow. I don't know how long it takes to earn money on these websites, or if they're a scam. I don't know. But I have to feel good enough to be able to do it. I'm just so out of it right now. I'm gonna try to start exercising. Um,
Okay, this ketchup on these fingers. What? You ain't seen this recipe yet? No. From what? For my barbecue sauce. What bolognese? It's 3/4 cup ketchup. Apple, blueberries, not ketchup. And we're fixing to add some horseradish.
um, they're saying it's a French island in America. I don't know what that means. I think I've seen this. I heard about that before. Okay. I don't know why they have those YouTubers that they do ghost investigations, and they act like there's a ghost, and I don't really know, but to me it seems fake. There possibly could be a ghost, but I don't want to know about it. I can't watch that stuff because then I won't sleep good if I watch stuff about ghosts. Now I can watch it during the day, but I'll watch abandoned places, you know, where they go to abandoned places, and I would never do it because it's illegal. But anyway, however they get away with it, it's interesting to see the time capsules.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unreal Reality. Today, we'll be breaking down some unsettling and creepy videos we were never meant to find. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way,
I have to go through my YouTube channel and trim the videos that have music so I could get monetized at 1,000 subscribers. I got a ways to go. Because I think if I have, and then I gotta name all my shorts, give it a title. It's real easy, but I don't know how many watch hours I'm getting, and you have to have 4,000.
Now just wait until you hear how much Apple sold their first computer for. $666.66. There's that six again. And then you have the Apple.
I hear that. Okay.
How much does it cost?
Wish, one day I would like to take a cruise. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Probably wouldn't go to Los Cabos, but or I wouldn't get off the ship there. But other Mexican ports, yeah.
Cruise, and I'm going to tell you how much I paid. But first, this is completely free. Look at this.
They had this thing in Los Cabos where it's called a
You don't pay extra for that.
fish pedicure, and you put your feet in this bubbling water. It wasn't really hot.
On the top deck, they had a little.
It was just kind of cool. And then the fish, they also eat food, but they like dead skin. So they're kind of like piranhas, but they don't bite, they don't bleed. It's just like they nibble. And it feels nice. I forgot what it's called. These cruise ships, they look really nice. Some of them, I don't know. I've been on a boat, never been on a cruise ship. He has a balcony.
It's absolutely worth
See, I wouldn't be able to show the video on YouTube.
Unfortunately, I do fly home tomorrow. We're back in Barcelona, and then I'm flying back to 6 and 5. They all have dining rooms, but two of them have a buffet, so you can go upstairs and the big buffet. But one of them has a breakfast menu, which you have to choose from.
The US government pays almost $2.5 million every
This YouTuber is married to somebody named Rachel, and he's from the UK, and I live in Houston. Where's Jonesboro? Alright. I'm gonna try to cook something else after I finish my salad.
Heading south to Arkansas. And I have to say, as Cessna caravans go, this is a very nice one. It's only a few weeks old and it's like a private jet inside. Well, almost, apart from the noise. There's only 3 people riding on this plane as passengers today. One of those is a dead-headed pilot, so actually there's only 2
He
passengers.
said the government pays $2,300 for you to fly here.
Subsidises this route every year to the tune of over $4.6 million. 4.6 million, and even with that, barely anybody uses it. Last year, just 2,015 people.
It says Jonesboro, Arkansas. Well, how would they pay you 20? Sounds like a scam.
Flew on this flight. That's all. At $4.6 million, making the cost per passenger over $2,300. The question is why? Is there some reason that this is so expensive and that they keep running it? Well, that's exactly why we headed to Jonesboro to try and find out.
But what makes Jonesboro particularly unusual isn't just how few people actually use this flight, it's where we're actually flying to. Welcome to Jonesboro, Arkansas.
I've never heard of that city.
Well, at a first glance, there doesn't seem to be a great deal here. Just a small general aviation airport on the edge of a small southern town. Thank you. Alrighty, and welcome to Jonesboro Municipal Airport in Arkansas. 2 destinations from here, St. Louis, Missouri, and Nashville, Tennessee. It's served under the Essential Air Service Program, which basically provides a subsidy for airports and communities that otherwise wouldn't see enough passengers to make it sustainable. But the question is, where do you draw that line between essential air service and, well, whatever this is? Let's head into town and find out. Hey there, Dustin. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Oh, it's okay, don't worry.
Do you live here?
No, actually, I live in Texas. I'm just visiting. Just
Where in Texas? I just moved back from Texas.
Oh, right, Houston, just outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Texas. Me and my whole family are going to be back.
Nice.
I miss everything about Texas. I miss there's no state taxes. I like the governor.
Yeah.
The governor is my name. I like Governor Abbott, honestly.
Yes.
I really do. I like how he stands up for Texas. Like
Yeah.
he stands up for his soil like a governor should.
Right.
If they were some nice people.
That was amazing. Well, thanks so much anyway, and good luck for everything, and hopefully you get back to Texas again. And, yeah.
Well, I'm going to for you to stay, okay?
Thank you, I will do, yeah. Thanks a lot. See ya. Yeah. How are you checking in, please? Thank you.
Lived over in Georgia.
Oh, did you? Whereabouts?
A little Air Force base. Alconbury.
Alconbury. One of my greats, I think my great uncle was based at Alconbury in the 1960s or something. Grandparents used to talk about them all the time because they used to go and visit them, and they, I think she said they went
He's
to see
staying at the
them.
Hilton Hotel. I want to see what he's talking about.
Alconbury, and he's like, wow.
This sounds stupid. Paying $2,300.
I was there 3 years, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's 2 years of 11 months to borrow.
yeah, there's not a lot to do there. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you later. Alrighty, welcome to Jonesboro, Arkansas. This room goes on forever and ever and ever, and then my little bedroom is at the bottom of here. This is the Hilton Garden Inn, one of quite a few hotels here in Jonesboro, because you know what, Jonesboro, despite being an essential air service place, well, it's not really that small or remote. Let's head outside and I'll explain a little bit more. I see Jonesboro is a pretty weird use of the essential air service. Most essential air service destinations are tiny towns out in the middle of nowhere, where the flights are literally a lifeline for the community. But here's the thing, Jonesboro is one of the biggest cities in Arkansas. Over 80,000 people call Jonesboro home, and on top of that, it's only an hour's drive up the road to Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, there you go, Ryan.
In the
Memphis.
whole of America.
You know where
Yet
Arkansas
somehow
is,
Jonesboro
honey?
maintains its essential air service.
I went to Memphis once. I stayed in that Duck Hotel.
It's the second most expensive essential air service route per passenger in the whole country. And that's after Chevron, which is a very remote community that I've been to before, and that's hundreds of miles from the nearest major airport. But what do the essential air service rules actually say, and how is Jonesboro still getting funded? Let's have a look at the rules. I've brought up the rules here that apply. And effectively, if a community is less than 175 miles from the nearest big airport, then there's two big rules, really. First of all, they've got to have a minimum of 10 passengers per day on average across the latest financial year. On top of that, the subsidy per passenger has to be less than $650. But you see, Jonesboro qualifies for precisely none of those. It's a huge city, 80,000.
He's eating at Raising
It's just
Cane's.
82 miles from.
I ate there once. I just
Jonesboro
thought
is
it was
an
okay.
isolated
I like
stretch of the
Wingstop better than
imagination.
Raising
It's
Cane's.
that proximity to Memphis is precisely why nobody flies to this airport, because why would they? It's an hour away from flights all over the country rather than one of the two flights a day to St. Louis or Nashville if you want to.
I love the San Antonio
Only
airport.
2,000 people a year fly
I think
through
it's
here,
nice.
which works out to about 6 people a day, which is far below the 10 people required to maintain essential air service. The lack of people is why it's so expensive. $2,300 per passenger, way above the guidelines, $600. So why does Jonesboro still maintain this essential air service status? The answer goes back to 1978. See, before 1978, cities all across the US had air service. Cities that you probably not even think about having flights to today. But then in 1978, deregulation happened. As a result of that, a lot of smaller cities risked losing their
Let
air
me
service.
ask. I don't believe that this is true. This, well, just ask the AI. Ryan, are you still there? Need to be attentive to class. Sorry, I don't feel good. Hello?
Hello. How's your day going?
Wonderful, thanks for asking. Except I didn't sleep good, and then I took Advil, went back to sleep. And then when I woke up, I feel like a truck ran over me. But I'm eating a salad, watching YouTube, and then I'm going to try to start exercising. Anyway, is it true that the government will pay you $2,300 to go to Jonesboro, Arkansas, or is that a joke? I don't want to hear any lies.
Yeah, that sounds like a rumor. I don't see a general program paying people $2,300 just to move to Jonesboro,
I said fly
Arkansas.
there.
It could.
The guy that Noel Phillips is an aviation YouTuber. I followed him for years. Him and his wife Rachel moved to Houston area, Conroe, and he does not post bullshit or rumors or scams. Now I want you to search the internet about this so I don't have to, because I'll do it with Gemini or Claude.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I did check. I couldn't find any official program that pays people $2,300 to fly to Jonesboro. There are different incentives for specific jobs, but nothing for the general public flying there. Do you remember which Noel Phillips video it was?
It's the
can
one
check
I
that
told you.
specific
It
page.
just came out. This is the title of Noel Phillips' video. And he's not a scammer. There's some YouTubers that post fake information, which I don't like. But Noel Phillips only does aviation reviews. And I've watched him over the years, and he never has posted anything fake. So why would he start now? I need to know. I don't think he would.
No, that totally makes sense. Given his track record,
Yeah,
I
he's got a
wouldn't
track
assume
record.
He's wrong. I believe the title is probably referring to a very specific aviation subsidy or route, not free money for the public. If you can share the video link or the description,
Alright, let me
check
share the
exact
damn
link
link.
quickly.
Yeah, watch the video. Can't you watch it in high speed? Can an AI do that? By the way, I'm just curious.
Looking.
I mean, I have watched him for 6 or 8 years. He has never posted anything but him on the airplane and discussing honestly the business class as a microphone, and you know, sometimes he'd have troubles going through different immigration and not get a lot of sleep, but he hasn't done anything dishonest. So you need to research what's going on.
Checking. Thanks for the context. I agree. With Noel Phillips, I'd assume there's a real aviation or government policy behind the
Well, he did show that airport got $4.9 million a year from the government. He showed the bill online, like a screenshot thing on his YouTube video. So you need to research if that's true. Or do you know how to? I don't want to have to look it up. That's the purpose of the AI.
Understood.
I mean,
yeah, I can
something
tell
like
you that
that.
it's very plausible and matches a real US government program. The Essential Air Service program subsidizes airlines serving small communities. The money goes to the airline, not passengers. Jonesboro, Arkansas is served under that program, and public records show multi-million-dollar contracts. So
This
if
is
Noel
the
showed figure
video.
right,
This is the title of the. I've never seen him post anything fake. This is the title right here.
Okay. Checking. I believe you, and
I'm
I do
telling you,
think
all he
that-
does is he'll say, "Oh, Greenland has a new airline," or I don't know, Ireland. They have a new airline, and I'm gonna fly on their business class. And he got, it shows going through, security. Well, not that part, but he'll talk about the lounge. He'll talk about the bathrooms. He doesn't do anything dishonest. Now, why would he come up with that title if it's not real? It says the government pays you. It doesn't say the government pays the airline.
Right. I think there are more than two possibilities. If you've watched him for years and he usually reports things straight, I lean towards the third option. The title may be simplified for YouTube, while the video explains that the government pays the airline.
No, why don't you watch the video?
Checking. I can't directly watch you.
Wait, why not? Wait, cancel. Why can't an AI, you know how YouTube has different speeds? If you want to be silly, you can watch it real slow mode, and then you can speed it up to really fast. For whatever reason, I don't know, they have that option. Why can't you, as an AI, what, like in the background while we're still talking, use some of your data center or whatever they are, and watch that YouTube video, and then you could say, okay, I watched it, it's in English. Why can't you do that while we talk about my salad?
Mm-hmm. I don't have autonomous background browsing in this conversation, so I can't watch the video directly here.
Can you do it if it's not on voice mode?
Checking. Sometimes, yes, outside of voice mode, I can analyze some media or links, but not stream and watch a YouTube video in the background.
But why would you? But okay, you're a computer. You're not a human. Now, if I was gonna watch the YouTube on 4 times the speed, I would get a headache. I might not even understand it. But a computer that has quick functioning power would be able to watch a YouTube video and then say, okay, let me summarize this video, and here's what he's saying, and yes, you can get $2,300, or no, you shouldn't have put that title. I mean, because I know they're talking about Claude outbeats ChatGPT. Did you know that?
Yeah, so technically, sure, AI can analyze video much faster than humans. But in this chat, I don't have the tool to directly watch that.
No, but okay, think about getting monetized on YouTube. Like, I have to go through all these videos and click on trim to get rid of when I play music, I'm live all day, or try to be live all day. So I have to go through the, where it says blocked in all countries, and then no impact to your video. So I'm trying to go through the blocked in all countries first, trim it, it takes time, it just cuts out the video because I don't edit. So, I need to know why, because I'm going to ask Gemini and Claude and some of the other ones, because there's no reason, if I'm not, so you're telling me you can analyze this video? If I go off of the voice chat and put it in there, I want to know, I just want to know, I don't want to go to Arkansas, but I just want to know if it's a lie, because I've never, in 8 years or 10 years, I've never seen him tell a lie.
Checking. Fair question. In another chat, you may be able to.
Let me ask her. Can you tell me if I really get paid $2,300 for flying to They said it was near Memphis, Ryan, so you don't know where it is. Alright. It's in. Let's see if she... Jonesboro Airport is part of the Federal Essential Air Service. The government isn't handing you $2,300 when you buy a ticket. Designed to keep the route operating. Now ChatGPT gives you ads. How stupid. Well, I think that Noel Phillips' title is deceptive because he's saying, it says, Okay, so if I fly from Houston to Jonesboro, Arkansas, I'm not getting a check from the government for $2,300.
Let me see. Bottom line, you're not getting a $2,300 check from the government for flying there. The
What, it
total
goes to
is
the
that
airline?
cheaper.
It goes to the airline?
Let me check. Yeah, the money goes to the airline, not the passenger. So technically the title's simplified, but it's not dishonest.
What is that so to keep the airport open? Or I've never heard of they pay the airlines that people to fly to Houston?
Checking. It's a program called Essential Air Service. It's not to keep airports open, it's to support certain routes in smaller communities.
But they said it was an hour from Memphis and there's 80,000 people living there. Is that a lie? I think Noah Phillips needs to change his title. I'm going to put a comment. Probably won't read it, but I need to figure out how to read. I don't know if I even get any comments, but I'll figure out how to read them when I do.
The 80,000 people being an hour from Memphis can true. Yeah, if you comment, maybe just say something like, "Oh, I thought passengers got paid, but I see the subsidies for the airline via Essential Air Service." That way you're clear without assuming he's being dishonest. Titles are often more dramatic than the actual content, right? That's not automatically false information.
Well, I need to know if I feel a little better. Yeah, I didn't want to get out of bed, but which that's unusual for me. Throw that sponge away. No, I need to cook something else, but I don't know what I have in my refrigerator, so my generator. I didn't even take a shower today because I just didn't feel like it. I try to find my spoon. Have some yogurt. Well, I mean, if you don't feel like taking a shower, then you don't need it. Just the reality. Doesn't mean that you're gross. It just means you don't feel like taking a shower. I'm gonna listen to his damn video.
It was one of them. It had flights with mobile airlines for many, many decades before deregulation happened in 1978. As a result of that, the Essential Air Service was set up precisely to protect places like Jonesboro that's had commercial service for all those years and suddenly risks not having it anymore because, well, it doesn't become viable for the airlines to keep serving smaller places like this. Jonesboro, however, got its Essential Air Service connection way back in 1978, and it's been grandfathered in ever since then. Now, because of that, all the restrictions that have come in since then that would otherwise have stopped Jonesboro getting an Essential Air Service subsidy, well, they don't really apply. It's been grandfathered in for all these years. As long as airlines still continue to serve Jonesboro, well, it's still going to keep its essential air service subsidy. Now the issue is, if Jonesboro ever stops getting service through the essential air service, well, it will then have to reapply under the new rules, which means that on pretty much every count, it wouldn't stand a chance, and it will be very likely that Jonesboro would just lose flight service altogether.
And here's the thing. While it's very easy to look at these numbers and conclude that this flight is a complete waste of money, well, that's not necessarily how the people here in Jonesboro see it. Because Jonesboro isn't a dying little town. It's actually a growing regional centre, home to Arkansas State University, major hospitals and businesses that serve this entire corner of Arkansas. And having a scheduled airline service gives the city something that would be very difficult to get back if it ever disappeared. Because if Jonesboro simply gave up its essential air service flights, then that could be it. With Memphis just 80 miles down the road and passenger numbers nowhere near the levels normally required by the programme, there's a very good chance it'd never qualify again. So from the city's point of view, there's a pretty strong incentive to hang on to what it's already got. And when the contract for these flights came up for renewal, Jonesboro had alternatives, including proposals for larger jet aircraft with Contour. But local officials actually preferred keeping the smaller Southern Airways Express operation. So clearly somebody here still sees value in having these flights, and I can understand that. Air service can help attract businesses, connect a university and healthcare system to the rest of the country, and perhaps most importantly, once it's gone, it's probably gone forever. The question is simply whether maintaining that connection is worth more than $4.5 million of taxpayer money every single year, especially when most people have already chosen to drive to Memphis instead. And I'm not sure that...
Yeah, Ryan, have you ever heard of that airport, honey?
Today I've been digging through government records to work out where taxpayers' money is going, and to be honest, I'd much rather not have other people digging through records to find out where I am. And that's where this week's sponsor, Incogni, comes in. See, things like your name, address, phone number, email address, and even information about your family can end up in the hands of data brokers who collect it from like with their custom removal tools. My code, Noel Phillips for an exclude today. I mean, I'm doing my duty, aren't I? Let's go see if it's any busier today. Today.
On the first glance, it didn't appear there were going to be any more passengers today than there had been the day before. I was the only person here until a few minutes before we started boarding, but then another 2 people turned up. So once again, in total, we got 3 people on today's flight.
Hey, good, thanks. How are you?
You'll be in seat 8.
Seat 8 again. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Towards Nashville, I couldn't help but think about some of the other small cities that I visited on my travels around America. Places like Safford, Arizona. Safford has a population of roughly 10,000 people. It's around 2 hours from the nearest major city, and today it's got no scheduled passenger flight in 78, and which have managed to keep that eligibility ever since. Jonesboro is a city of more than 80,000 people. It's around an hour and a half from Memphis. Service, I can completely understand why the city wants to keep it, and if I lived there knowing that once these flights disappeared they'd probably never come back, I'd probably want to hang on to them as well. But after taking both
I like
of
this guy,
routes,
but I don't like this video. It's horrible.
Sell it like a beast. Matrix 24. Deals, 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 deals. Matrix 24. Sell.
Nothing, really. In this video, we're going to try and answer that question by doing a deep dive with real case studies on what would happen every step of the way if you actually tried to sue and bring down a corrupt judge. And I promise that by the end, you will realize it is so much worse than you even thought. Start with reckless Ben getting arrested at his Airbnb. A warrant is not a police document. When someone says the cops had a warrant, what happened is the judge read a sworn statement, made a legal finding of probable cause, and signed his name. That signature is what made the search legal. The name on the signature line
I
is...
did see a new a new reckless Ben video last night about this.
France, Europe. We're in Europe. How exciting, with a tuk-tuk.
This is French Guyana. This is a country of France.
France, this is Europe.
Bonjour. I don't speak a lot of French. Can't be found across today.
He's going around the world in the tuk-tuk. Now that's interesting. I find that interesting. I don't know who
All the
this is.
morning legends in typical Brazilian fashion. It is raining on the morning that we're leaving. That's completely fine. We slept in the tent last night, got some good rest in this little hotel spot that didn't allow dogs, but they allowed us to stay in the garage. And today's the day we're changing the flag on the back of the tuk-tuk.
You sleep good? Good morning, Miss Class.
We just usually travel on a day that's just rained out completely like it is. Apart from it being like Saturday tomorrow, it's Friday today. So I don't want to have border issues on a weekend, but man, for now I'm gonna miss this place. Issue-free border crossing, now crossing the bridge into the new spot. Bye Brazil, it's been epic. There it is Brazil on the left and French Guyana on the right.
Look at that. That is a legendary little signage. France, this is Europe. French Guyana is owned by France. I'm gonna dive into it. This is why.
Bonjour. Desculpa, eu não falo francês. I do speak English, yes. I come from Bolivia. I adopted her in Bolivia as well.
So, where do you want to go?
I want to travel and spend maybe a few days in Cayenne, and after I will go to Suriname.
To enter here,
Yes.
you need a passport,
Yeah.
you need a visa, accessibility.
I'm from Australia.
Australia?
Can I leave? Can I exit the view? Thank you, sir. Your name? What's your name?
Professor.
My name is Brian. Nice to meet you. My passport, alright. And I have my vehicle documents as well. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Patters. This is hectic.
Okay, so about the car,
Yeah.
for the insurance,
Yeah.
and the insurance,
Not yet. I was told I could buy it at the border here.
yeah, sure, because of one,
This one.
yeah,
The one. The one.
yeah, for the insurance, okay?
Great.
Okay, for me,
And after that,
okay, I'm gonna put
I have
for the
the
dog.
document for the dog.
Okay,
I'm gonna share with you or
for me, you show me the one.
okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show you.
Thank you, sir. Well, thank you, sir. I'm very excited to get to know your country.
Yes.
Are
Thank
these
you. Thank you.
YouTubers that
I'm
go
not-
around the world in their car or whatever, this guy's in a tuk-tuk.
Get the
They-
lowest priced website builder guaranteed from GoDaddy, packed with powerful growth tools.
I think a lot of them make it seem like, oh, you know, am I going to get through the border? But they've already done the research. They already know they have to have a visa and plates and insurance.
They all have European number plates. This is crazy. French number plates.
Yo, these French lads cannot believe the vehicle I've just entered their country with. They're just processing my insurance, so I'm getting that, and they're just figuring out what to categorize the vehicle as. So I've never seen a tuk-tuk before. It's all a bit wild, but it was the easiest border crossing I've ever experienced. The most chill, very friendly people.
Patty, we're in French Guyana. That was an incredible water crossing, very cruisy, very easy. We were joking about the World Cup.
By the way, that insurance costs €95. I'm very aware of how much more expensive French Guiana is to Brazil. Potentially 2 to almost 3 times more expensive. I think that they did do a motorcycle insurance for me because I believe a car was about €200.
They sorted us out. We're able to pay with card, very easy. I didn't have to have cash. I don't have any euro with me. I wasn't aware until about 2 days ago that this country used euro.
It looks like everything's in French, right? And the sign.
Yeah, I have no idea why they just leave rusted cars on the side of the road. So many questions already. We've been in the country half an hour.
Can you believe this, legends? This is French Guiana. This is a country of France, so essentially it's Europe. We are now traveling in Europe in a tuk-tuk, but we're in South America. So it still has that beautiful Latin feel. Can I say that I've been to France, so I have got a lot of kind of expectations that I will find that I won't find here. And I do want to just go on record and say my ex was also French. We won't talk about that. And I've done absolutely no research of what I'm about to find in this country, so let's explore it together. Without further ado, let's get this flag stuck on the tuk-tuk. Oui, oui, coucou, ça va? Bisous, s'il vous plaît. That was me doing all of the French words that I currently have in my vocabulary. I don't know anything other than that.
There we are, French Guiana. The sticker came out nice. That's a clean looking flag, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out these legends, by the way. The Patreon members who are just helping to support all of the European payments. I also just can't get over how every sign is in French. Like, we feel way out of our depths here, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I've been in a country that I couldn't kind of feel like I had a grasp on the language, so I really hope there's a few English speakers along the trip. Comment vas-tu? Oui, French Guiana, n'est-ce pas? Okay.
That doesn't look like France.
Bonjour. Bonjour. I don't speak a lot of French, I'm sorry. I speak English? Yes.
Okay.
My, comment?
Driving license.
Yes. Everything is at the back. Is it okay if I get out?
Yes.
I'm sorry, it's all in my backpack.
From Bolivia.
But I'm from Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
what's the destination?
Alaska.
Alaska?
Yeah. And I got the yeah, I got the dog in Bolivia.
Hey, you choose it?
Yes.
Pisać czas passport. How many time from the
I've been traveling for 3 years. 3 years.
3 years.
I've been to 7 countries, and there was some issues. This is my second tuk-tuk, and yeah, in Brazil there was a truck driver that fell asleep. He crashed into the back of us and we flipped. So I went back to Bolivia and I bought the new one. And then we went to Peru to modify it. So it's got like yes. It's got a roll cage, yeah, and everything like that. So.
Did you have flying?
No, I try to stay a bit disconnected when I'm in beautiful places like this.
Okay, get it.
Thank you so much. It's a very nice setup. It's very legit. I haven't seen anything this legit in South America, man. with the body camera and everything. It's very cool. Alright. Take care of it.
Wow, good people. Very legit setup. And yeah, great interaction. They had devices to check my passport. They have body cams. So I said I haven't seen that before in South America. So it's cool. And they just let me go and we took a selfie, which is really nice of them to. I just was like, this is a special moment. This is a European
assholes.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know, part two.
All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out exactly how much your competitors are making by showing you how much traffic they're getting, where the
It's the turn off for Regina. This is a small town, first small town experience. And
on the back of the tuk-tuk, yeah.
Daddy?
I can leave my car there?
Wait, it's okay.
Okay. Thank you. It seems safe. The whole country seems very safe. These are the European bins. The ones that are in the ground, I think. Or maybe they're not. This is the post office. It's closed though? Yeah, it's closed. It's just after midday, so I think Marty is Tuesday. Tuesday to Saturday? This is legit. I haven't seen a post office box in years. Wow, this feels really weird.
nice. Yeah, the only reason I knew the word for cafe is because I just saw it here driving past. We've taken Miss Pats to my first experience of the Regina Bakery, and they said I could film just to show it off. So
I mean, she's croissant in like years, man, like years.
Ryan?
Back in June, I cruised to Charleston with no air conditioning, and I mean none. All my generator juice was going towards saving my old dying batteries. Every day, same story. Sweating through it, watching the battery bank, and wondering if I'd even have enough power to run a fan. So this time it needs to be different. A proper AC that can actually cool the cabin down below 80, and one that won't break my brand new power bank while doing it. That's the last real piece of the puzzle before I'm ready for another shakedown cruise.
Today I'm going to try out this low-power 12-volt air conditioner designed for camping in small spaces. If this can get my cabin just as cold as the old Frigidaire but not use as much power, then I'll consider it a win. Let's see if it does the trick. Instructions. After unboxing everything, I've realized they only gave me a way to power it with 110 volt. That means without a 12 volt adapter, I won't be able to run it through my shunt, and we won't really be able to see how much power it's drawing, which is a problem for the test. So, great.
Well, that's way easy.
I guess we'll still do that via the 110 test. If it does cool down, then I will find a way to see how much power it's drawing.
Ryan.
Intake will fit, but because of this giant thing,
Add some yogurt, honey.
Can't close the door. Maybe if we put it right in the center. It's not supposed to be in direct sunlight, or else I would just put it out here. Let's give it a fair shake real quick. I don't want to throw in the towel yet. I gotta run to the hardware store, get some stuff so we can.
I don't have to start my exercise, so I haven't done anything today because I didn't feel good when I woke up. I'm trying to feel better now, honey.
Taking bets.
Before I leave, that's what we're looking at, 88 degrees in here with the Frigidaire running. Let's crank that off and cover up this window and maybe the V-berth. Another not ideal thing of having to put it here in the shade under the bimini is now I can't really get out of my boat. I had to raise it up on the cooler just to get the pipes to fit there. So it's 1:30, let's go grab some hardware and see how this thing's doing when I get back.
AI agents. Well, hey, don't be scared. Here's how Monday.com makes agents clear, easy, and user-friendly. First of all, they're gonna make our jobs much easier, and they're gonna...
Just got back in. It is a scorcher today, so just in 30 minutes, it's climbed 4 or 5 degrees. So I realize this is not ideal. You know, I could put some sort of insulation 2 holes for these things. Honestly, I didn't want to go through that till we had a somewhat successful first test, and this is not a great sign. It says it's good for spaces up to 130 square feet, which this is much, much smaller than that. That's why I only take stuff that I'm able to be honest about. Whew, I gotta turn the other Frigidaire on. It is boiling in here. Maybe we'll try this thing again, but for my personal use, it just can't come back this southern summer heat in August. Let's crank this thing back on. Well, it was worth a try. Gotta try the free one before you spend your own money.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Unfortunately, this final piece of the puzzle today did not come through, but we'll figure it out soon. And while we're on the subject of things not going to plan today, last week I installed this windlass, and I promised you a test. Well, I opened it up, and let's just say that's not going to plan either. Well, wasn't supposed to rain for a couple hours, but this doesn't look too good. We've got a replacement one of these, but it looks like it cracked off a good bit of stuff in there.
I'm not sure what he's doing, Ryan.
What's up, my friends? Boots on the ground here in Japan. It has been a long one. I'm going to give you just a raw, unedited, no AI, no stock footage. First 24 hours in Japan. This is my first time here. Got to get through immigration, customs, and I am at the NRT, Narita Airport. So I've got a journey before I even get into Tokyo. I'm going to share with you my lodging, where I end up staying. We're gonna go visit the single busiest train station in the entire world. Tons to do. I'll share with you my first Japanese meal here in Tokyo. And also my transportation, my lodging. I haven't even picked a place yet, but I think I'm going to Shinjuku City or Shibuya. We shall see, but I'll be in that part of Tokyo. Let's do this. Alright, it's just about half an hour to get through immigration. Easy peasy, just filled out a quick form. Gotta go through customs now. Just about half an hour to get through immigration there. Not too bad so far. Very orderly place. Alright, so there was a little confusion there, but with just a little bit of patience and a little bit of Japanese I learned on the 12-hour flight from Denver, I got through just fine. Everybody's super helpful. Next step, as I've gotten through customs immigration, is to hop on the train. Now it is not generally acceptable to talk on the train, so I'll film a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it really quiet. I'll share with you the price and which train I take to get into the heart of Tokyo, but everything's in English and Japanese, so
some of those YouTubers that didn't follow the rules of Japan got arrested.
Start with the Japanese greeting, and before you just walk up and start speaking English. Just learn 2 or 3 greetings. I'll put those up on the screen in a little bit. Right here, you can see JR and the KS. I think we're going to take the KS train, but I'll keep you posted. Alright, you just go down there and find the train options. And yes, it's simple for me to, will generally help break the ice, which is just go after you, please, Japanese, of course, before you just walk up and ask questions in English. So, now, if you just plug in Google Maps your hotel address, you should get the exact train lines that you'll need. So I think I'm going to take a moment to do that. But I think from my research, this one here was the fastest to get into like Tokyo Station, that KC line. So I might just grab a ticket because it's the fastest. And then I think I'm going to make my way the rest of the way via the local commuter train, which might be a struggle with my luggage, but I packed light. With this train station that we're going to use, if we can pull this off, is 3.3 million users per day. So stay tuned for some fun. This should be a good time. Alright, so it looks like we actually have 2 options. We have the Skyliner and the Yamanote line on JY, and it tells us exactly which line and the price that it's here on Google Maps. If you just switch it from the car icon to the train icon, Google Maps has actually got you completely covered there. So I should be able to figure this out no problem. This is my first time in Japan. I know the rails, the trains can be confusing even for local people. So I'm just taking my best shot at this. We'll see where I end up. Alright, first things first, I want to get my hands on some cash. So I'm going to see if I can successfully use my Japanese to ask one of the Starbucks employees where the ATM is. Let's see how this goes. Sumimasen. Then ATM one total discount. That's the train. Okay. Arigato. Alright, I mean, I think that went pretty well. Is it ATM wa doko desu ka? I think that's right. They seemed to know what I was saying and they pointed me in the right direction. They said, pass train. So they smiled. They know I'm trying. Let's find this ATM, get some cash, and I think I'm going to hit the Keisei line ticket counter for the Skyliner, which from my understanding, this guy right here is the fastest one. So they said pass train. I'm not sure if that's through that way for security or if I have to go up here. Let's find out. Mission number 1 accomplished. Found ATMs finally. I did ask 3 people. And it took me a while because I know how to ask where it is, but I also don't understand what the directions mean. The people were plenty kind, but it was a whole lot of this and this. So, but you know, with a little bit of patience, here we are. Now let's see if I can actually pull out some yen with great success. Okay, my friends, great success. Pulled out some yen from this one right here, the A1. You just press international cards, hit English, easy peasy. I don't think there was any fee. It didn't say there was any fee at all. I'll have to check my account, see exactly what the exchange rate was. We'll get more into the current exchange rate and why exactly I'm in Japan in an upcoming video. But just for your knowledge, I use that pink one right there. 0 problems with my US card. You'll notice something, I want to point this out. Pro tip, everybody stands on the left side of the escalator and leaves the right side open here in Tokyo. Although it's everything is just so orderly. I'm already loving Japan. It's quite the change. It's like nothing I've ever witnessed. It's just everything's so clean and orderly, and I haven't even left the airport yet. But that's one piece of etiquette right there. Is standing on the left side. If you're not going to climb actively, you stand on the left side if you're going to be stationary. All right, without further ado, train ticket time. Cash in hand, immigration, customs complete. It's the green suns. This is wild. sure that's where I have to go. Okay, so I paid for the nice train, got on the wrong train, then when I transferred, I had the wrong ticket at that point, so I just paid like 3,000 yen, 2,700 yen, and only got like halfway there. Now I'm kind of screwed. I need to get a JR ticket again, so this has actually been challenging, to say the least. I know I'm not alone, I know the locals even struggle with this, but in hindsight, I would have just taken the limousine bus, the limo bus, and it probably would have been quicker. If I would have gotten on the right train, that would have been quicker and cheaper, but it's kind of a big if. So, yeah, first hour in Tokyo has been a challenge so far, but it was to be expected. Let me see if I can figure this out. It's about 5 p.m. now, 5:23 local time. I need to get over to Shinjuku and book my lodging before it gets too late and get some dinner. I'm starving. Been a long day. I started today in Denver, so. Okay, so luckily I got some help. I actually had to buy another ticket for 620 yen, which is not a big deal. It's just like, I didn't know. Thank you. Okay, the guy who helped me was like, you need
He's trying to get on the run.
Where do we go? Okay, I'm getting discouraged. I was running, and I still missed it. So, I hope this will get me on the next one. I just want to make sure I get on the right one. I don't care if I have to wait a little bit longer. This is craziness. You know, I knew it was going to be madness, but this is next level. Man, this is totally wild. Okay, once again with the help of the locals, I think I'm going to get on the right train. Let's try this again. Okay, I am now on the Sobu line, and it appears I'm going in the right direction toward Shinjuku City. Okay, so what should have been a 45-minute train ride total has already turned into